Hello everyone, and how are you doing this week? We are getting closer and closer to some form of opening. Won't that be grand? Curbside service, and then to actually come in the library and pick your own book. Won't that be grand? To be back to normal. So till then, we'll continue talking about books and bibliotherapy and how books can help us get through these very trying times. I thought today I would talk about museums and books. We'll take a little online tour. This might help hold you over until the day we see you entering the library. There's a few museums I'd like to mention to you. Maybe you can check their web pages and maybe you'll be as impressed as I am. One of my favorites I've seen myself, I had the privilege of going cross country and serendipitously stopped in at the Huntington Art Museum in San Marino, California. What a divine place that is. If you go on their website, they have a lot of pages and tours now having to do with books. When I was there, they had a special exhibit on the history of book writing and calligraphy. It was like I died and went to heaven. It was wonderful. The Carle Museum. We all know Carle, don't we? They say they're books for children, but I don't believe that. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, what a divine, glorious book. You do know that he has, there's an Carle Museum in Amherst, Mass. If you haven't visited that web page, I think you'll be very impressed. I know I was. There's a few museums that with your library card you can get a pass or a discounted pass to visit. I checked a few of those sites and I thought you might be interested in knowing about some that emphasize books and libraries, and you can get the pass when we open. Won't that be grand? The Florence Griswold Museum, what a great place. If you go on their webpage, you get a airplane view of their grounds. Just going there to be on their grounds is well worth the time. They have a special exhibit going on now about letter writing. I think you would find that very interesting. We own another pass called Historic New England. This is fascinating. It covers all of New England and beautiful museums and homes to visit. There's that beautiful, is it Leffingwell house in Norwich. There's some in Maine, in Vermont. One of my favorites in that book is the home, the Sarah-owned Jewett home, which is in South Berwick, Maine. She wrote the most wonderful book, Country of the Pointed Firs. If you haven't read it, you'll love it. It's so New England. And the website is just delightful to look at. The Wadsworth Athenaeum, right nearby in Hartford, they have audio tours of some of their collection. And one of them is art by artist. Very, very nice. You might want to take a look at that. Have you all been to Tower Hill in nearby outside of Worcester? What a great place. And when the grounds open, maybe you can go there just to refresh yourself in nature as we continue to recover from these very trying times. I've been to the library there. They have a botanical library collection that is a gardener's dream. And you can see that and view that online on their webpage. How about the Mystic Seaport? Their library and museum has wonderful online tours and exhibits. One of my favorites they have on right now, it's called To the Arctic. I recently read a book about Arctic exploration in the 1800s, and it's one of the best books that I've read in a long time. So check out Mystic Seaport. How about the Worcester Art Museum, a real jewel that is only 30 miles away? They have on their webpage a special exhibit having to do with the Scarlet Letter. Well worth taking a look at. I brought from my own home one of my favorite, heaviest books that I own. Is there any place in the world that's better than the Metropolitan Museum of Art? I don't know any such place. Their webpage is amazing, and they have a section there where you can look at their calligraphy books, religious-oriented mostly. And they also have 10 online books that you can read for free. Definitely worth going there. And when you go there or visit again in December, have you ever seen the angel tree there at the Metropolitan Museum of Art? It's breathtaking. I go every year and it's like a pilgrimage. It's one of the most beautiful things that humans have ever created. So those are some ideas for you. I thought I'd leave you with the words too of Thomas Jefferson. One of my best friends gave me this. I cannot live without books is one of his most famous quotes. So let's keep that in mind. You'll soon be coming in to see us. And next week, I thought we'd talk about drama, the plays, The Thing, and I'll feature some of my favorite drama pieces, of course, Mr. Shakespeare. But have any of you read George Bernard Shaw's St. Joan? Your hair will go on fire as you read this play. So we'll talk about that next week. Have a good few days. Goodbye.